Welcome to the studio with Will Collister. Today we have Oscar Laputra, a French exchange student here at Canada, Mulgrave specifically, on an exchange with a company called OSEF. We'll be interviewing him today, talking about his experiences because he's about to leave on Thursday, actually. He is from Marseille in France, and I'm just going to be asking him some questions, asking him how Canada has been so far. So, what are some things that surprised you, Oscar, about living in Vancouver? So how is it similar or different to France?
I just want to say I like this experience. After a lot of cultural difference, like the school, the subjects, or like when we have dinner. But Vancouver, it's a nice city and I enjoy it.
Cool. So do you think that in the way that Canadians have their, like, for example, how Canadians have their dinner, how is that different to how French people have dinner?
Like the Canadians have dinner, well, I don't know all the family, but they have dinner on Sunday night. And in France, you have dinner like all the night in the week, and sometimes at noon, like for the lunch.
So
here
what you're
like
saying, when you say dinner, you mean like the formal where you sit down at the table?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
that's what I want to say.
Okay, I see. What do you think about Mulgrave as a school?
Mulgrave is a good school. The school is really different than in France. Like here you have the elective, so this is really good. You can cooking, you can do a lot of stuff like this, and it's very different.
Right.
Like change a lot than in France.
What are you looking forward to the most when I go and visit you this spring?
Like, what do you
What do you want to show me when we are in France?
about
In France, just anything.
Oh, just
yeah.
like maybe visit some like Marseille or some city, go to the ski station or do a lot of things, boat or
Cool.
and
Cool.
try some new sports you never done or some stuff like
I'm
this.
excited. What do you think is a funny English word? So like a
Funny English word. I don't really know. Let me think about that. I don't know.
we can come back to that one.
Yeah.
What are some things that you'll miss about Vancouver?
About Vancouver, it's different than where I live because I don't live exactly in Marseille. I live in a small city, maybe 30 minutes ago, so it's kind of small. And here it's really really big. So when you go here for a visit, you can have a lot of things to visit.
So what do you think you'll miss? Like when you're in France, what's different that you wish, oh, I was in Canada right now?
I don't exactly know how to explain this, but it's kind of difficult to explain.
Okay.
But
What about your family? Do you miss them a lot?
yeah, a lot. But after I'm here, I have like a second family, and
Right.
so
Yeah.
after you have a lot of fun, you do a lot of things, so it's okay.
When we do the
That's not the
exchange,
worst part.
we do have a lot of meetings that go on where OSEF tells us to make sure that we treat you like a brother or a sister.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the best way to attack it, or I mean, not attack it, best way to deal with it, because it really just it almost is like that. It's a 3-month experience. It's really quite a big deal, and just making sure that you treat the student like a family, I think that does make it a whole lot better.
Yeah, because if you're not really friends, it's only 3 months, but it's better if you're like good friends.
Yeah, totally.
Like us.
What about your whole experience here? What was your favorite part?
My favorite part, like the visit or something.
Yeah, about the whole thing, like maybe going downtown or like...
A lot of things, like Cultus Lake, the aquatic park was really, really fun. Fright night at the Peony, Whistler, After when I go to Vancouver Island with my parents was great.
Yeah,
and
Oscar's-
downtown is good.
Oscar's parents came over recently to visit as a vacation, and they picked up Oscar for a week, and they went over to Vancouver Island. They went to Fino in downtown for
And
quite a while.
Victoria.
You guys saw some whales, I heard.
Yeah, Wales. We take the seaplane for
To come
the
back.
way back
Right. Cool.
to Vancouver.
And you
so-
enjoyed it.
Yeah, really cool.
So, what about the sports here? What do you think is different with the teams or the way that we do
The
sports?
like at school, here you have the team, like the soccer team in Mulgrave, or basketball, or some team like this. In France, you don't have the team, so it's a really good thing here. I love it, but not in France. So
Do you wish that you had a soccer team in France?
yeah.
Cool.
And after about the sports in general, in France, some people play hockey, but not a lot. So here, when I go to watch some game or something, it was really fun.
Cool. What about specific subjects in classes, like with the teachers or the class size? How is that different to your school?
I think in France the teachers are more strict, and they are less like you can talk to your teacher here about anything. In France they are like, oh, I just give my class and you leave after, and
It's very formal.
yeah, very formal.
Right.
And you have some different subject like performing art we don't have in France, so this is cool, and the elective.
Right. Cool. So what electives are you taking?
On Tuesday I have I have slow food. On Wednesday I have recreational basketball, and on Thursday I have bouldering.
Which one is your favorite?
I don't really have a favorite, but I will take maybe slow food because it's the one you can't have in France, like
Right.
cooking or some stuff. That's really cool.
Cool. So did you wish that they had cooking in France? Like, is it?
Yeah.
It's a big
Why
experience
not?
here.
Yeah.
Did the when you were in France and you were being prepared for the exchange, did they say anything about cooking?
Yeah, we have a lot of meeting, and they said for the elective, the good choice to take, it's like cooking or drama, or the subject you don't have in France,
Right.
and the subject where you can talk in English.
Right. So they encourage you to do talkative,
yeah.
different
And-
electives, right, and subjects in general.
Yeah.
Do you think that if you could change anything about the experience, what would you change?
I don't know. It was a really, really good experience. You will see when you go in France. It's
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us today, folks. Signing off, Will Collister.